everyone! Today we're talking about some of the most common spiritual symbols that you need to watch out. If you happen to see them all over you in your life, it might mean something, okay? And you probably feel there are some messages that are coming to you. But if you don't know what the messages really mean, you can refer to this video and find some answers. And sometimes different signs for different people can mean different things. So trust your intuitive feelings when you are seeing, when you are noticing those symbols. But also it's good to know the common association humans have with those spiritual symbols, which I will be talking about in this video. So let's just dive right into it. The first sign is butterflies. This is a very important spiritual symbol that you need to watch out to, because we don't know why. Us human beings love to associate butterflies with the higher world, with the divine, with the beauty and feminine. And we know that butterflies, they undergo intense transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Just think about how different they look. A caterpillar is nothing like a butterfly. So you can imagine how much of that transformative power it generates during that process. And for us human beings, we're always absorbing things. We're always taking on the challenges and improve on ourselves. And during the process, it requires a ton of transformative power, like what butterfly was going through. So if you see a lot of butterflies in your life, it definitely means that you are going through some intense personal transformative journey, which is very beautiful and it's highly encouraged. That's why when we see a lot of butterflies, we feel a sense of hope and optimistic, and we almost feel some kind of magic with us because they are associated with that transformative power. And in a lot of cultures like Native American, Chinese, and Greek, they associated butterfly with our soul. Especially in the Greek mythology, they have a goddess named Psyche, so goddess Psyche. And the word Psyche in Greek means both soul and a butterfly. So in our human history, you can see butterflies are strongly associated with our spiritual realm. It is also very connected to our divine feminine. So in a lot of Asian arts, they often incorporated a lot of butterflies in their poems, novels, and paintings. It symbolizes for beauty, the love towards nature, and everything that's beautiful. The second spiritual sign is ants. So we know that ants work a very heavy schedule. They can work tirelessly for an average of 20 hours a day. And they can lift 20 to 50 times of their body weight. So just imagine how hardworking and how strong they are. So if you see them, it can mean that you are working on your teamwork, you're working on your patience, you're building your strengths, you're connecting with the right people on your career. And if you see a big cluster of ants that seems to be very busy and overwhelming, it might mean a different thing. It might mean that you need to take care of yourself more from all the productive energy that you exude. And you need to take some breaks and kind of calm yourself down from all the overwhelming energies. And because ants works in a colony and they have a very strict social structure, it can mean that sometimes we feel pressure about our external world and our place in the society. So this is a sign for you to find your space within yourself and within your external environment, so you become harmonious inside out. Next up, we have rainbows, which is another very important auspicious sign. In a lot of cultures, people associated rainbows as the bridge between our world and the higher, the spiritual world, because it kind of shaped like a bridge and it seems to like connecting two dots together in a very magical, beautiful way. So seeing a rainbow can symbolize that this is receiving love from the other side, whether it's deceased loved ones, our ancestors, or our spiritual guides, or any higher power that you believe in. And because of its shape, it looks like a portal to another world. So in Native American tradition, it marks the beginning of something new, something magical, something positive. And when they see rainbows, they often gather together and seek advice to their higher power. And they might do some dancing as rituals, or they kind of do some offerings. They offer tobaccos at their sacred sites, because when rainbows show up, it means a magical portal to something new, something exciting. Next up, crows. Now this is a complicated, multifaceted symbolism. Throughout the history, people have different beliefs and takes about seeing crows. Because of their appearance, it might feel a little bit aggressive. But nowadays, in modern spirituality, crows are often associated with wisdom and intelligence and protection from the evil. A lot of people don't know how smart crows are. They're highly resourceful. They are the only, like one of the few non-human creatures know how to make complicated tools to get more food. And they're extremely smart at problem solving and building social intelligence. So if you see crows in your life, it might mean that you need to seek out for some flexible, out-of-the-box solutions to your problems. Working with your family and working with other helpful people, because crows are social creatures and they have a very, very strong family supporting them during their important phases in life. The next up is infinity sign. So if you see like people getting the infinity sign tattoo, which I have right here, and if you see them in like mathematical equations and stuff, if you see them very often, it's a sign for you to embrace the everlasting nature of life. We're all eternal being living a temporary human experience. So seeing an infinity sign reminds you to find your stillness, find your calmness and your strong root during the cycles of life. It is also a very encouraging sign for us to step in the continuous expansion and growth and find a fulfillment and joy during that process. And it's also a reminder that we have unlimited power and potentials to manifest anything we want in this life. And the interesting thing about this sign is that it is literally the shape of energy when we are interacting with someone. It goes out and then it comes back. When we are talking to people, when we are arguing with people, or when we are expressing love with people, what we put out always come back as an infinity sign. So it's a reminder that we are always very, very connected in a much more intimate way than we can imagine. And watch out for what you put out into the world. Next up, keys. Keys means different things. They can mean mystery, an initiation of something new, revealing secrets, liberation, opening up the options in your life, and the power to choose and make decisions for your life. Some of the traditions use the symbol as a way of protection. Like some Jewish midwives give the key to the woman who's in the labor so that they can ensure there's a safe delivery of the baby. And in Eastern Europe, people hung like the key upside down to ward them off from the bad dreams. Next up, peacocks. This is a very beautiful and confident creature who's not shying away from showing themselves off to the world. So if you're seeing a peacock, just tap into its magical power of being confident and fully embrace yourself when you're standing on the center of the stage. Be graceful and be beautiful as much as you want. In a lot of Indian arts, peacock mean wealth and luxury. And in the Chinese culture, the tail of the peacock means fame and abundance. In early Christianity, the peacock means the resurrection of the Christ. Next sign, June beetles. Because of their shiny and green appearance, they are often associated with abundance and good luck. They often show up in early summer months, so it embarks a new journey, a fresh start, a very exciting opportunity. Because they are nighttime creatures, they are very connected to the moon energy, which is the energy of introspection and the divine feminine. So if you see a lot of June beetles, it's a sign for you to meditate under the moon or to do some self-care rituals to tap in with your intuition, what you feel, what you truly think, and how you feel in your body, how to embrace a more fun and exciting journey for yourself. The next sign is mountains. In tarot deck, it means challenges and obstacles that we have to overcome in order to embrace the success. So if you're seeing a lot of mountains, it means that embrace your personal strengths and really push through, because those are necessary steps and lessons we have to take along the way. In Jewish and Christian culture, mountains are considered halfway from our world and heaven. So they are connected with the divine, with the God. And actually in Bible, mountain was mentioned more than 500 times. And God always show up on a top of a mountain. So it's a strong sign that God is really close to you. It is also associated with liberation and freedom in the infamous speech like I have a dream. And because the gigantic size of mountains, it's also a sign for us to be in awe with how much power nature stores for us and how small we are compared to the power of the nature, and be surrendering and appreciative about that immense power nature carries. Next sign is spider. Spiders are very creative creatures, and they work really hard and persistent in building their web into a very beautiful shape. So spiders are often associated with creativity, creative projects, working on something like an art and a craft. In Native American culture, a spider woman is strongly associated in their myths. She weaves the webs as weaving the existence of humankind. In Buddhism, the spider means the interconnectedness of every single people. And the web is basically like the web of life that connects every single one of us. All our energies, all our actions are actually connected as the collective. In the story of Prophet Muhammad, a spider actually saves him during a very critical moment. So it's also a sign for us to appreciate the power of small creatures. Sometimes they can do stuff that no human can do. And it is also a sign of divine protection. And in that story, spider is considered as the divine protection. The next sign is a lantern. As you can see in the hermit card in the tarot deck, a hermit is holding a lantern in the dark. So lantern symbolizes for introspection, enlightenment, seeking advice, seeking intuitive downloads, finding one's true mission and true purpose in the darkness. So if you see a lot of lanterns, it means that it's time for you to be in the reflective mode. You can sit down and really journal out what is the thing that you really wanted in your life, who you really want to be. Hermit card is also associated with spending a long time going inward. So if any of those words resonate with you, it's definitely a sign for you. The next sign is mirrors, which is associated with self-awareness, finding for one's authentic self, and reflect about our current situations, so we gain like better insights about improvements. What's interesting about it is that in Mayan culture, they see the reflected surfaces as actually the portals to the other world. So a lot of their shamans and spiritual workers, they gaze into the mirrors and they were able to communicate to the divine, the God, and even to the dead. And they decorated their mirrors with the imagery of gods, animals, and the divine symbols that are associated with the great cosmos. The idea that mirrors can be a portal to somewhere different is actually proved by the scientific experiments, like the neutron beam experiment and the dowsing experiment, if you want to look into it. So if you see a mirror, try to stand in front of it and look at yourself in the eyes, and you might gain some spiritual downloads about who you are aligned to be and how to actually get there. So this is all the spiritual symbols I want to introduce you, so you can better watch out for them in the future. If you like this video, please give me a like or comment down below for more symbols that you think is worth exploring for more of us. And subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.